And a pleasant good afternoon on this Thursday, October the 5th, 2023. We greet you from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach, site of this Beach District matchup featuring the First Colonial Patriots, who check into this matchup playing mighty well right now with a record on the season of 9-1 overall. They've won, in fact, 8 consecutive games since a loss to Norfolk Academy back on September the 5th. And they're taking on the Tallwood Lions. The Lions of Tallwood wearing the light uniforms, the white jerseys with the purple numerals, while First Colonial is in the dark jerseys with the sky blue numerals. And we're streaming here on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel and beachsportsplex.com. Today's broadcast is presented by CHKD Sports Medicine, the Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters. So glad they're on board helping present youth sports to all of you out there. They've got their Hope on Wheels event that's being highlighted on their webpage at chkd.org. Health, healing, hope for all children, and voted the world's best hospitals by Newsweek in 2022. Tallwood coming into this matchup with a record of 1-6 overall. They have dropped their last 5 contests in the Beach District, including just 2 days ago to Kellam by a count of 6-0. But had a chance to catch up before we went on the air here, and we'll tell you the rosters for these two teams in just a moment. But had a chance to briefly catch up with the head coach at Tallwood, and that would be Coach Chris Wallenberg, and says not many of these girls had a lot of experience coming into this year. In fact, about half of them I don't think had really been field hockey players before. So she knows this is a growing opportunity for them against one of the best in the area and the Beach District, for sure. Penalty corner as we begin with First Colonial getting a chance to get on the board here. And that one was struck quickly, but now off the rebound. Going away from the net, Grace Dixon trying to get to it. She wears 11 for FC. And that one's going to be ricocheted out. So we'll tell you the rosters for these two teams in just a moment here. We'll go in numerical order in just a moment to get you set up for this matchup. First Colonial has had some coaching changes in the last few years. They went from Beanie Schleicher, who's one of the greats in the sport, to Lamort Smith, and now the head coach for the Patriots is Megan Smart at the helm. As there's Grace Dixon trying to get FC closer to the net. Counting towards 12.5 minutes to go in this first period. And we'll get a penalty corner coming up again for the Patriots of FC. 8-game winning streak for them, 6-game losing skid for Tallwood. But Megan Smart, that's a name that some might say, I've heard that name before. Why do I know that name? Well, she was a player for Old Dominion back in 2021. And before that, she played at Appalachian State. So she transferred from App State to ODU and was the MAC Offensive Player of the Year in 2020-2021. As that one's going to bounce off the post. Now to the near side. They try to get one through. So 2 corner chances have come up empty for First Colonial, but very, very close to getting one to the back of the cage. In fact, she started all 19 of her games as a freshman at Appalachian State. And ironically enough, her grandfather played baseball for Gettysburg, and her father played basketball at the University of New England. So sports running in the family, that Smart family for First Colonial. Patriots with 11.5 minutes to go in this first period with possession time completely in their favor. Let's go through the names for these two squads, and we'll begin first with Tallwood under Coach Wallenberg. Number 1 is Grace the Barge. Number 2, Riley Curtis. Number 4, Morgan Hayes. 5, Sophia Adams. 8, Caitlin Nielsen. Her sister is Sarah Nielsen, wearing number 9. There's Dixon from the wing area on that penalty corner opportunity as it will ricochet out. 11 for Tallwood's McKenna Townsley. 12, Kara Calzabetta. Grace Sabalario wearing 13. Leah Nugebauer. Leah Nugebauer wearing 14. Cora Doty wearing 15. Belize Perez wearing 16. 18 is Lucy Dixon. 19, Mackenzie Downing. 20, Marissa Fulgencio. And Madison Lawton, a goalkeeper, wearing 99, as is Kylie Linder wearing 97. Let's try to get a close look at which one is goalkeeping right now for Tallwood. I do believe it's 99 at the moment, Madison Lawton. Two other names, if I see, added to the roster here. Victoria Nielsen is wearing 3. And Carly Tuffarelli wearing 7. So that is the Tallwood roster. Coach Wallenberg assisted by Coach Rudd and Coach Gavin. And for First Colonial, we mentioned about Megan Smart as the head coach now. Numerical order for them. Julia Sugan is wearing number 3. She's a midfielder. Jolie Day, remember that name, number 5, a forward who's had a really good start to this season. Rowan Dull wearing number 4, a forward as well. Izzy Kitzmiller is a back wearing number 6. Ryan Whitworth, a midfielder, wearing 7. Elise Hinkles, a forward, wearing 8. 9, Eva Uren, midfielder, wearing 9. Remember, she had a big game recently we talked about on the Field Hockey with Hatfield podcast about a week or two ago. Patriots really deep around the goalkeeper, and they're going to get their 4th penalty corner of this opening frame. Grace Dixon, as we mentioned, the midfielder, wearing 11. She's committed to The Ohio State University. 14, Grace Curran, a midfielder, wearing 14. And as we tell you all that, the Patriots get that first goal with 9:16 to go in our first period as the Patriots draw first blood here in this matchup. Doing so off the penalty corner opportunity. We'll check on who that goal was scored by, as we did not get a clear look at it moments ago. Looked like it might have been a number 1. As we tell you that, another goal is scored for First Colonial. We'll try to stay with her, and we don't. So 8:43 to go. Second goal is scored by the Patriots. And we'll work on getting that during our quarter break to who had the goals for First Colonial, as they have quickly got on the board not once but twice here in this first frame. So let's continue with the FC roster as we were going through the names. Grace Dixon wearing 11, 14 Grace Curran, Emmy Kane wearing number 15, she's a back. Another back wearing 16 is Claire Hitchens. Claire Hitchens is wearing 16. Maddie Ronaldo is wearing 18, a back for FC. Olivia Fegley, a back, wearing 19. Stella Sicione wearing 23, a back. Grayson White wears number 2, midfielder. Parker Rowell wears 13, and Miranda White wearing 25 for First Colonial. As the Patriots have been pretty dominant since that loss to Norfolk Academy on the season, as they have outscored their opponents during this 8-game winning streak by a total of 54-2 now. Coming in, it was 52-2, but they've quickly scored 2 goals in a span of less than 8 minutes here in this first period. Looking for more, trying to slice one in there was number 3 for FC, Julia Sugan. Now Dixon's got it. And that's going to be a penalty corner, as I look like Rowan Dull was right there around the net. They're actually going to say it was a goal, excuse me. So Rowan Dull getting the goal with 7:12 to go in our first period. Equals 3-0 Patriots. Cruising in this matchup. Parker Roll and Miranda White are the 2 goalkeepers for FC. And they're not seeing a whole lot come their way here in this opening frame. near side of your screen there, Grace Curran waiting for an entry. Cloudy skies here. They're not calling for rain to my knowledge, but we could have some precipitation for the second straight Thursday. On the near side, it's going to hop away from Curran as Tallwood goes and retrieves it with Lucy Dixon. Stay hydrated with Gatorade. Gatorade allowing these athletes to quench their thirst after the competition on the turf surface. Warm again here on this Thursday in October. Temperatures reaching in the 80s today. And as we presently speak to you about 10 minutes after 4 o'clock Eastern on this 5th day of October, 78 degrees. Patriots see that one deflected and now possession over to the Lions in the purple and white. We'll watch number 18 for them, Lucy Dixon, get them started. FC able to quickly intercept things behind number 4, Rowan Dull. Sent over to Julia Sugan. And there's Grace Dixon getting on the board. Sugan to Dixon. 4-0, First Colonial. So the Buckeye commit getting on the board for FC. Just a couple of days ago, First Colonial notching a pretty comfortable win. They also beat Poquoson this past Monday, 3-0, in an out-of-district home game. I think that was a good draw for both of those teams. And that one just rolls behind the net, almost nearly an assist for, I thought that was a 5 out there, but maybe it was a 15. It was going so fast. Now, my eyes are not deceiving me. That looks like a number 5 for the Patriots, but it was not in the roster sheet that I saw. So there is a 5 out there. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It is Jolie Day. Excuse me. It was squiggled out with the number change. I think she was wearing a different number before today. So Jolie Day nearly had an assist there. And she's been a playmaker for them throughout the start of this season. That one bounces off the goalkeeper, but Dixon on the rebound trying to scoot one through. Staying after it, and it eventually pops out where Tallwood can get to it with Kara Calcebetta. Day, one of those players from Tokoyo in the off season. A lot of players from the class of 2024 that program. And there's another goal for First Colonial on the board, 5-0 with 3:15 to go in the first frame, as they are quickly dominating in this matchup. Tallwood really having a hard time getting momentum in their favor. I believe that last goal was scored for FC's number 5, Jolie Day, who we were just talking about. Patriots threatening the shooter circle again as they have lived there. Of the 12.5 minutes of play we've had so far, they've probably been in that area or deeper for a good 5 to 6 minutes of possession time. And of their 5 goals, they've probably had about 9 or 10 shots on goal already. Here's another one potentially as they're right there hovering around the net and able to scoot one through was number 4, Rowan Dull, with 2:24 to go in the first period. She just got great position, and Dull with at least her second goal. She might have had one of the first 2 as well. And it's all FC in this matchup with Tallwood. A couple of days ago, Jolie Day had 2 goals, and Grace Dixon scored 4 in a 7-0 shutout of Salem. And right now they're 1 goal away from matching that total in the first quarter alone. Tallwood has run into a machine today as FC has come out ready to play. About 1.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Dixon's got it back for FC as they work on some passing and spreading out of this Tallwood defense. And a very green roster for the Lions as they have so many fresh faces that have not been year-round competitors with the sport, whereas, you know, you see some of these players like Dixon and Day and others for First Colonial. They've played throughout the travel season, and they're well-versed. And I do want to get a name correction. Looking at Tokoyo helping me out with this. I believe it is Julia Sugden, not Sugan, as that was incorrectly spelled in the scorebook. So we do want to get that corrected while we have a chance. Julia Sugden for FC is the proper pronunciation and spelling for that. She's out there wearing number 3 and one of the many terrific talents for this program. She's got a history of state championships. We've reached the end of 1 quarter of play, and it's FC in complete control, 6-0 against Tallwood. We'll take a timeout here from CHKD, another one of our sponsors, before the second quarter comes your way on this first Thursday of October 2023 from the Regional
than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall!
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back!
I just love fall.
Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak Fall achieved! DQ. Happy tastes good.
Try that snickerdoodle cookie dough. When you go to Dairy Queen, it's fan food, not fast food. Grill and chill. Every day is sweet when we're serving you Blizzard treats, and they've got all kinds of those. And Dairy Queen is right down the street from us over there in Lancetown. It's fan food, not fast food. Here's to many more. Let's quickly hear from Flack before the second quarter begins. PainandGainSports.com for more with Vlack. And you see those signs hanging around the training center fence. A lot of these athletes get their accessories. Tallwood with possession now as they've got it with Riley Curtis down in the far corner area. Lions with one of their few opportunities in FC territory here in the first half. Grace the barge. Sends it the other direction, and that's going to still out of play. First Colonial winning championships in AAA as recent as 2012 and 2011. And in Class 5 as recent as 2015. Here's Grace Dixon and sends it all the way to the back. Tell you what, she's got an authoritative shot there. So we've ticked under 14 minutes in our second period. Hopefully we'll get that second quarter clock fixed. Along the near side. Tallwood set to put it into play with Lucy Dixon. Patriots now regaining possession behind Grayson White. But Tallwood at the far end there. FC just quickly grabbing possession as the Lions have just been unable to get much working at all in this first half. FC back with possession as it is Grayson White on the move over to Dixon. Dixon dumping it off. Airborne chip there for FC is going to go out of play behind the net. I think that was sent in by Grace Curran. A lot of cloud cover here on this first Thursday of October 2023. Patriots trying to get themselves an even bigger lead as they've found the back end of the cage 6 times here so far in the first half. Other games happening in the Beach District today. We'll go through some results from yesterday as we move along. You've got Bayside hosting Kellam, Green Run visiting Ocean Lakes, and one other game taking place here at the training center features Cox against Lancetown. That's over on field 2. Here's Julia Sugden, who we just mentioned. And that one's going to bounce off the leg-foot area of Mackenzie Downing of Tallwood, which is going to result in a Fifth penalty corner at a half for FC. So as we tick under 11 minutes to go in this first half. FC walking over with Izzy Kitzmiller, set to put this one into play on the penalty corner. And rolling to the right and almost getting one to go to the back of the cage. Just sent it a little too hard. Far was Julius Sugden, who we just referenced. Looking for that flat stick tackle. Here come the Patriots as it almost was put down by Sugden in time. And now to the near side, it goes out of play. Appears some rain is beginning to fall, if I'm not mistaken, out here at the training center. Let's hope it's not going to be substantial as we move things along. And I'm seeing bigger rain droplets fall on the turf here. So that might explain why our scoreboard might be a little locked up here as we tick near 9 minutes to go in the half. And there's Grace Dixon again scoring for First Colonial with 9:15 to go in the second quarter. And it's now 7-0 in favor of First Colonial as they are in control in this matchup. Dixon, who had 4 goals just a couple days ago, getting at least her second today in this one. Oh, big thanks to James Timmons. He's going to get a raise now as we think we can read these handwriting. Good luck with this here. We know it looks like Hinkle's got 2 goals and Dahl has 2 goals. And then Dixon and Day. Dixon's got 2 now. Dixon had 1, though, before this one, and Day has a goal. So I think we've got that right. So Elise Hinkle had 2 goals in the first period. Rowan Dahl had 2, which we were pretty sure about. So Elise Hinkle had the 2. So now we're up to speed. 3 players with 2, and then Day's got 1. So there's the tally. Who's going to have the most goals as the rain is starting to fall heavier here on the turf at the training center? And that one was another goal, I think. They did get one, and I did not catch who scored that one as I was looking away at the moment it was scored. It happened so fast. If you blink, you'll miss it. But we have instant replay here at the Plex. So we're going to try to see if we can locate who this was. And matter of fact, our camera person got fooled too. Looked like that was number 5 who scored it. We're going to give it to 5. And if anybody complains or wants to know otherwise, they'll, I'm sure, chime in. So I think that's Jolie Day with her second goal. Or third goal, rather. No, it's her second. That's her second. Dixon's got 2. Hinkle's got 2. And Rowan Dahl's got 2. So they have 4 players with 2 goals each, and now the rain is really starting to fall as it's coming down heavy here at the training center in Virginia Beach. And they might have to halt play if it continues to fall at the clip that it is here in our first half, as it went from some light drizzle and sprinkles to pretty substantial downpour right now. So approaching halftime with an 8-0 lead for the Patriots. Very interesting. We had a lot of this happen last week, in fact, in that great game that was between PA and Kellum, where the Patriots won it in overtime with Sidney Reguini. But as you see on our camera now, it is really starting to pour with under 8 minutes to go in the first half. And some patrons are taking cover here. Tallwood up ahead, trying to get possession back. But with under 7.5 minutes to go in the first half, it's going to be difficult for these competitors to continue to navigate these conditions right now, especially with FC in complete control. You wonder how much fight Tallwood's got in them to make this a competitive battle. If you're wondering about upcoming matchups for these two teams, the Lions after this one will be playing against Princess Anne coming up on Tuesday. They have Green Run on October 12th, Hickory in an out-of-district matchup, but a Region 5A foe on October 13th, and Ocean Lakes October 17th. At this point, I'm not sure they're thinking playoffs. They're just trying to get a second win on the season, which they're all going to be challenging to get. Green Run could be maybe their best opportunity if we want to be real here about this situation for them. As for First Colonial, they're thinking about winning out. However, standing in their way in their next game coming up on Tuesday are the Cox Falcons in a matchup of two of the state's best. So that will be one to certainly check out. And FC, if today's any indication, they feel like they can hang with the reigning state champs. The game will be over at FC coming up on Tuesday. Right now the Patriots with possession, as that is Grayson White. Sends it into the shooter circle area. Patriots trying to get one nudged over to Dixon, who's thinking about a hat trick. With under 6 minutes to go in the half. I do imagine the mercy rule will be put in effect at some point in our second half. Probably at the end of the third period if I was to guess about things. And that one is hit behind the net by Eva Urin. Another one of our sponsors here at the Plex is the one and only John's Tax Service, a proud community supporter of local youth sports, providing tax preparation and retirement planning services. John's Tax Service and JPM Financial have been serving all of Hampton Roads for more than 20 years. They're the best thanks to you, John's Tax Service. Getting closer to halftime, and now the rain is starting to subside just a little bit. It was really pouring earlier, and now it's not as substantial. That one hit out a play near the scores table. Lions have possession again with Cora Doty. Trying to get in the attacking third. There's Grace Sabalario, and it goes out of play. Set to sub in is Stella Sission. And there's Stella going in for Maddie Ronaldo, checking out. And they're trying to scoot that one past the Lions defender Morgan Hayes. 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. And it suddenly opened up and poured and became a wet one. That deflects off of Hayes' stick. As we near 3 minutes to go in this first half. First Colonial scored goals fast and furiously in that first period. From the 9:16 mark to the 5:13 mark, they scored 4 times. Hinkle, Dull, and Dixon all getting involved. And Julia Sugden getting an assist to go with the 2 goals apiece from Day, Dixon, Hinkle, and Dull. Umbrellas remain out as the rain is starting to pick back up again. Dixon has it. A trio of defenders in her way. Ball's moving very quickly from left to right. And it's going to ricochet out to Riley Curtis, although FC gets it right back. That was the aforementioned Stella Sission getting to the ball that popped out. Grace DeBarge trying to keep it on the far side of the field, but when they send it towards the middle, that's where the Lions have some trouble. Oh my. It was a golden chance, and a lot of the young ladies for Tallwood behind their bench still supporting and roaring with that Lions roar as they thought they were about to make it an 8-1 game. Didn't happen, but that was one of the rare transition opportunities for them. In this first half. Under a minute to go now in the half. FC thinking about goal number 9. There's Dixon, and it just gets booted away by the Lions goalkeeper, Madison Lawton. Oh, we're back up with the scorebook. Big thanks to Nick Senti for that, as FC's looking for that 9th goal now. With under 30 seconds to go in the half, they're going to get it courtesy of number 3, Julia Sugden, to make the score 9-0 in favor of First Colonial. So Sugden gets on the board. She has an assist to go with Day's 2, Dixon's 2, Hinkle's 2, and Dahl's 2. We'll give Nick an assist for getting the scorebug fixed. He doesn't get a goal, though. He has to go out there and brave the rain again to get that in the score column for today. But in our final ticks of the half, Tallwood's going to see if they can get something working. Nope, interception for the Patriots as Sugden's right there on it. FC will head to the half with at least a 9-0 lead, but Dixon's got possession with time ticking away, and she's going to score one right before the half with 2 seconds to go. Hat trick for Grace Dixon, the Ohio State pledge, and we go to halftime. First Colonial 10, Tallwood nothing, and it is raining, pouring. There's got to be some old man snoring somewhere in Hampton Roads, but don't snore on us because we've got more coming your way, and you want to hear from some of our outstanding sponsors and supporters of high school sports here at the Plex and Regional Training Center. And we'll start things off with Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. Download the app and you get something free.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash.
Shine Time Power Wash and Paint. Go check them out on the web at shinetimeinc.com. And it's quite a washing out there today here in Virginia Beach as we're at halftime. First Colonial with a 10-0 goal lead on Tallwood. Likely going to be a mercy rule here in the second half very soon. And by the end of the third quarter, the game will be over anyways. And due to the torrential rainfall we've got here at the Regional Training Center, we're going to sign off here, keep our hardworking staff and our equipment out of harm's way. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll have updates for you on our Field Hockey with Hatfield podcast, which you can find on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel and beachsportsplex.com. We stream it every week here for you, but congrats to FC. They're well on their way to getting a 10th victory thanks to multiple goals from Rowan Dole, the Ohio State commit, and Grace Dixon. Jolie Day and Elise Hinkle also got a goal on the board at the end of the half from Julia Sugden, who's got an assist as well. So the Patriots moving to 10-1, the Lions dropping to 1-7 overall. I want to thank our entire team from Nick and Chuck and Jimmy and everybody. I'm Matt Hatfield. We thank you for tuning in, and keep it tuned. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel with the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, and we'll catch you next time here in October from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. So long, everyone.